It was to be a city hall open to all, but Spokane Mayor David Condon has vetoed an ordinance that would have kept the lobby open to everyone during business hours.
Tracking cloudy skies for us tonight, but as we get into tomorrow and the rest of the week, temperatures are going to warm up and we'll see some sunshine. I'll have a complete look at your forecast and the weekend coming up next.
Everybody thinks it's not going to happen to them. We didn't think it was going to happen to us, but it does, and it doesn't take much to happen.
She lost her granddaughter in a bike accident. Now she's working to make sure that doesn't happen to other local families.
Hi everyone, it's good to have you with us. I'm Jane McCarthy.
Welcome everyone, I'm Mark Hanrahan. Washington state lawmakers are considering bills to address school funding. Districts all around the state are looking to legislators to fully fund special education and help with deficits created in part by a new state funding model. Spokane Public Schools plans to lay off 325 staff members.
The district says that's because the new state funding model puts a cap on local levies. It estimates a $43 million loss in local revenue. And it's not just Spokane. West Valley and the Meade school districts estimate budget shortfalls and potential cuts. Lawmakers are well aware of the financial trouble districts are in and currently discussing how to fix that.
KREM 2's Alexa Block is in the newsroom tonight with the breakdown of the bills lawmakers are now proposing. Alexa?
The conversation right now in Olympia is about potentially raising the cap of local levies and how to increase funding for special education. There are a couple bills that address both, but such as the legislative process goes, those bills have been amended multiple times and there could be more changes to come, but here are what the proposals look like now.
Local levy. We've been hearing this term a lot lately here in Eastern Washington. School district officials have said the limit on the revenue generated through local levies is the cause for budget shortfalls. The cap is a result of a compromise lawmakers made to pump more of the state's money into basic education. They said they would give districts more money, but districts couldn't collect as much from local taxpayers. The cap was set at $1.50 per 1,000 of assessed value. Senate Bill 5313 proposes raising the cap to $2.50 per 1,000 of assessed value. This would allow districts to generate more local revenue. Another bill lawmakers have proposed is House Bill 5091. Originally from the Senate, it addresses funding for special education. Two key aspects of the bill include raising the amount of money districts get per special education student and a change in the requirements to request additional funding from the state.
Now, the Senate's current budget proposal includes funding for special education, para-educator training, school safety, as well as mental health. In the newsroom tonight, Alexa Block, KREM 2 News.
Alexa, thank you very much. Tonight, we know the Moses Lake School District also planning to reduce staffing. Since last year, the district lost more than $11 million because of levy caps. In a release, the district superintendent says they want to keep as much staff as possible. They have not announced any layoffs, but say they plan to not fill certain positions when people retire or resign. Students will likely see an increase in class sizes next year.
Spokane Mayor David Condon vetoed an ordinance that would have assured the City Hall lobby is open to the public. The Spokane City Council passed that measure last month. It would have allowed people to stay in the City Hall lobby for as long as they'd like during normal business hours, as long as they didn't cause a disruption. Well, the mayor says the ordinance is redundant since City Hall is already open to the public, adding it would draw people away from services designed to help people experiencing homelessness.
Washington Governor Jay Inslee has hit an important mark in campaign fundraising. The Seattle Times reports Inslee raised about $2.25 million for his presidential campaign, making him eligible to participate in the Democratic debates. The donations come from at least 200 donors in 20 different states. That's one of the requirements for the DNC debates. The first debate, by the way, in Miami, scheduled in June.
Turning to weather now, things starting to heat up finally around the area.
That's the good news. Tom Sherry in the Weather Center with a look at your forecast now. Tom?
Yeah, we've had a string of days that have been below average temperatures. We're going to start getting average and even above average as we get later on into the work week. You take a look at the current temps, 51 degrees now in Spokane, 51 in Coeur d'Alene. The average high temperature here in Spokane this time of year, about 57 degrees. When we take a look at the forecast over the next 12 hours, you can see overnight lows dipping down into the 40s, officially calling for a low of about 40 tonight. tonight. Could see a few showers, very light rain showers out in the Spokane Valley, maybe in Coeur d'Alene and through the Silver Valley. Again, this will be while it's dark out, while you're sleeping. By the time you get up in the morning, you'll see cloudy skies. That will quickly become partly cloudy, and it should be a nice, mild Wednesday with the daytime high of 60 expected for the weekend, and it's a special weekend. Easter Sunday, I've got a high of 61 and mostly sunny, partly cloudy the day before on Saturday. We'll look for a daytime high of 60 degrees. I'll check your 10-day outlook, all coming up in a few minutes.
Sounds good, Tom. Thank you very much. There are thousands of untested rape kits sitting on shelves at crime labs across Washington state. And lawmakers have wanted to get all those kits tested, but funding has been an obstacle.
Right, a new bill would provide $10 million in funding. Washington State Patrol crime labs could use the money to hire additional forensic scientists. The money could also be used to install new equipment. Right now, the backlog estimated to be 10,000 kits. Most of those kits date back to 2016. Washington Governor Jay Inslee is expected to sign the bill at any time now.
The WSP Crime Lab is already preparing for an expansion. Construction on a new lab is expected to start soon. And once that is complete, scientists believe they will be able to test all the kits within 2 years.
Everybody thinks it's not going to happen to them. We didn't think it was going to happen to us, but it does, and it doesn't take much to happen.
Words of caution from a woman in Rockford who lost her granddaughter far too soon. The 5-year-old was riding her bike when she fell off and hit her head. She wasn't wearing a helmet.
Her family now working to make sure this doesn't happen to other local children. KREM 2 Shayna Walltower shows us how they're doing it one helmet at a time.
Yeah, we know helmets are important, and now there's one organization that's working to make sure hundreds of children stay safe every year.
If this prevents one child from passing away, you know, that's what our goal is. It's just to show people that helmets are very important. Whether you're an adult or a child, you need to wear your helmet.
Lori Ingalls says her family learned this the hard way.
We miss her. She would have been 13 this year.
On April 30th, 2012, Lori's granddaughter Marissa was riding her bike. It wasn't long after that when she lost her balance and fell.
Riding that bicycle, and when she fell, she hit the back of her head just a way that caused her not to be able to come back.
She wasn't wearing a helmet. Now, 7 years later, her family is taking this lesson and passing it on. They started an organization in her name, Marissa's Lids for Kids.
We pass out helmets from extra toddler size up to large. We'll give them to any kid. We don't ask. It's not financial based or anything. It's just a matter of coming to an event and getting one.
Most recently, they gave several helmets to the Liberty Lake Police Department for the officers to give to the children they see every day.
Oh, it means a lot, especially when you've had a young one lose their life in the past like this. It really means a lot to make sure that the kids stay safe.
This is kind of the good that came out of the bad.
Through their events and partnerships, Ingalls says they hand out more than 500 helmets every year. It's a reminder that what they're doing is making a difference.
One lady was telling me that her son fell and the helmet actually cracked, but he didn't have any injuries from that. So, you know, if we can just save one child from going through what we've gone through.
Their next event is on May 11th at Storm & Norman's Bar in Spokane. It'll be a fundraiser where they'll also be passing out more helmets. Shayna Walltower, KREM 2 News.